The delivery time at the basement is now complete, so we should have free run to explore more. And yes, now we're in this section where we previously got spotted and kicked out. So this is the alternative access to the laundry room. Some of Mr. Doyle's clothes just hanging out on the chair. There's also the kitchen. No one's in there, so we can search that. Some crates here, statues of rabbits, some random items, but nothing for us to inspect. There's also the boiler room. No one in there. We're gonna have to power up some things. And the larder. Yes, no one's in any of those rooms, so that's more for us to explore. This way is just the other rooms we've already seen. And then this way just backs up to the east tower. Yeah, okay. Well, let's go and start exploring from the kitchen. What are they cooking here? Chalkboard, just meals planned for the week, various supplies, bread, vegetables, the turnips. Okay, we have housekeeping book, extensive guide on household management. It contains detailed instructions on cooking, childcare, and cleaning. It's just a book about, like, you know, how to deal with life. Water, with the quantity of 1 bucket. Oh, it's cleaning solution. What are we cleaning? Or who's cleaning what? 1 piece of soap broken. This is for its lye. 1 dash of ethanol. Oh, that might explain why searching the laundry, the cleaning supplies cabinet was a specific thing that went into our board, because someone is cleaning up something. And chlorine powder. 2 scoops of powdered chlorine are required. That seems to be everything. Few substances can survive all those chemicals, I'm sure. Well, it's not everything because we haven't clicked on cleaning solution yet. It's open on the recipe for a cleaning solution. Yes. Someone tried to clean up something. I think I'll take this with me. Okay. Or do we need to clean up something? There's chef's office. It's stuck. More than that, there's something sticky keeping it that way. It seems like treacle. That's an interesting way to keep your door closed. Just smear some treacle all over the thing. Okay, there's a bucket here we can take, I assume, for making the solution. That in bucket. The staff must use it for mopping and the like. That's for my cleaning solution. So I have to watch out for the ingredients out and about. Ah, that's a dumb way. I was like, what is this door? This must lead up to the dining room. Okay, do we have to take a ride to sneak up to the dining room at some point? Someone left their sandwiches out. Potatoes. There's stuff that looks like soap, but it's not letting me take it to use in my cleaning. Oh, there we go. There is a very specific set of cleaning item we can inspect. Cleaning supplies. Oh, we can inspect them, but not take. Ah. But I need the soap, because I assume what I'm trying to do is clean this thing off, right? So, in theory, I know I need the cleaning supplies. It's not like a silly thing where, oh, you can't pick it up because you've not figured it out yet. And yes, it is connected to the chemical bench. So I could go there and see if I can pick stuff up, because I think that's as much as I can see for now. Okay, so there's a connection directly to the larder from here. It's locked and hasn't been opened in a while. I suspect there's nothing I need from here. Okay, so the larder is not accessible. I'm gonna check the other door anyway, just, you know, to be thorough. There's more soap here we can't get. Weren't they just delivering supplies to the larder? Like, they were standing here with all the crates. Where did they go? So, you know, haven't been opened in a while? Suspicious, suspicious. Well, let's have a quick sneak by the laundry then. See if we can now use the cleaning bench to take anything. So we can use. Let's put these to use. Okay, nothing happened because what? I don't have the right things on me, so I do need to bring... Oh no, okay. I clicked the second time and now it's worked. I need to mix the correct ingredients if I am to make a cleaning solution. Okay. So I need 1 bucket of water, broken piece of lye, so yeah, the soap, scoops of powdered chlorine, the laundry powder is the chlorine, and a dash of ethanol. Oh, a second scoop of chlorine. There we go. That's all the recipe called for. I'll take this with me. Okay, now I'm sneaking about with this bucket full of cleaning solutions. That seems like everything. Maybe it's best I move on and not push my luck by being in here any longer. Okay, so that's why the laundry room was not complete before, because I needed to use it to make this thing. Okay, now we can go to the kitchen and we can clean this handle. Yes, use solution. So if I rub this over wherever it seems stuck. There we go. Just a cleaning puzzle. Okay, I immediately see keys. Chef's apron. It seems there's something inside one of the pockets. This could be a key from the women's dormitory. Yes, okay, that seems like everything. So they're like, you found everything there is to find. But what if I want to look at more things? Okay, well, there isn't anything here for me. Why does the chef need like an office like this with the cages again? I was confused in the storeroom as well. I was like, why do you need a cage like this? Again, maybe that's just me not understanding old manor layouts and architecture. Okay, so that's kitchen done, laundry done. Then we have the boiler room. Okay, locked and hasn't been opened for a while, so we can't actually go there. Disappointing, no boiler room for us. But we can go to the women's dormitory then, because that would be the last room. Because no one's there. So we go and explore. Snoop, snoop, snoop. Okay, women seem to have like nice dividers for their room. All the men just, you know, cram yourself in, no privacy. But women get a nice room sections. There's books, some more cleaning supplies. Don't need to look at them. Nothing in this bin. Okay, well, we have this first room here. Oh, okay, so here we've got the symbols on a logbox, the symbols that we were finding in the men's dormitory. So someone in the men's dormitory, and the game seemed to be pointing at Doyle, was trying to break into this box that owned by whoever stays here. There's a suitcase under the bed, but doesn't seem to be accessible to us, or we can't even inspect. We've got rings. Pouch of old wedding rings. Each is engraved with a little number, perhaps for milestone anniversaries. The death certificate of a calm Joyce. Mrs. Joyce, late husband's perhaps. Okay, so they were trying to break into Mrs. Joyce's box. A photo of Caitlin's husband. On the back it says, Calm Joyce, 1842, 1892. Despite his passing a few years ago, she still keeps his photo beside her bed. I mean, is there a limit? Like, your husband dies and it's like, oh yeah, 5 years later, no more pictures. So that tells us that, I guess, she's also grieving in mourning, right, for the whole thing of the kidnapper not having any grief about them. She's got a trunk. Oh, she's got a piece of paper with this symbol as well. The remains of a torn page with various notes on it. The main one reads, I know Miss Deane didn't leave, but where did she go? Something needs to be done to make sure she's okay. But it also has, why can't I remember, and have to protect that poor lass written on it too. The spiral sigil is also here with leave me alone written beside it. Yes, this is interesting because now we see a few of the staff members having pieces of paper that, yes, are to do with help and protection. Like someone else was like, must protect my baby, something like that, right? So it's almost like they are feeling like they have to save Miss Deane, even though then they become clouded in their memories and they can't remember what's even going on. But yeah, that's interesting that that's happening to them. And I would be like, well, it's one of the staff who hired us, but obviously most of them would not have the access to the kind of money we're being paid. I would only expect Mr. Varley, and it wouldn't be his money. He would be using like the manor's money to pay us. But well, let's see what else. She's writing something here. An incomplete letter. Cousin. Thank you for sending me these newspaper articles. You have no idea how useful they've proven to be. Newspaper articles? Okay. So that's with the newspaper under the bed, but I'm not allowed to look at those. I assume she's doing some research. Okay, that's just all her clothes. A random book we can't even inspect. She got shoes. And she's got medium shoes, but again, we've established that she wouldn't do a magical kidnapping. But yes, about this box with the symbols, because we have pieces of paper. Yes, we had the pieces of paper that told us about those symbols, but they're fragments, right? They're little pieces and they're scratched out, but maybe if we put the two together we can get something, because like we can see that they show the same symbols in the same place, right? So in the second position we have this three-pointed shape, and here as well, three-pointed shape. So presumably they're all correct. The ones we can see is just we have to reconstruct the one we can't. So from the ones we have, this one goes first, then this one goes second, then this one goes third, but then we're missing one, right? It's not on the 2 pieces of paper I have. After that is this symbol, and after that again we're missing one, is not on the piece of paper I have. So I have to see if I can find more info, like maybe one more piece of paper that would show me those 2 extra spots in the code. So let's keep searching. This is an empty area, so there's probably nothing here to see. Yep, absolutely nothing, everything is empty. Then the room opposite, also empty. So yeah, it appears they have a room for a lot more staff on the estate, but I guess due to the financial difficulties, they don't actually run at full capacity. They just have a very limited number of people, because yes, here's another empty room. So here, I guess, is gonna be the cook's living quarters. Oh, interesting. So there was a picture just sitting there in this empty space, and I was like, okay, they're just storing it there. But no, it looks like she's taken off a picture that was normally hanging there of various religious icons. Something has been taken off the wall. I wonder why. I mean, Saoirse is obviously quite angry at the situation with the church taking her child, right? Oh, there we go. There is a piece of paper here stained with cooking ingredients, and it has the piece of code. So it gives us one of the symbols we're missing, the one in the 4th position, but it's still not giving us the last one. I mean, I can see some symbols, but most are smudged and incoherent. A little writing there is hard to understand. I can only make out a few words: baby, money, and what I think reads remember. Yeah, I wonder if we can just we have almost all of them. We can work out the final one. There is a baby rattle, a rattle for an infant. So I assume it adds up to the whole baby situation. How's your shoes? Small shoes. Mrs. Murphy's shoes are so small that I think she might still be wearing a child's size. She's got clothes, but she's also got a letter, a note, office. Saoirse letter. It's signed by Mr. Varley. Oh, so that's the note about Mr. Varley writing to the bishop to ask about the child. So yes, we can now make her hypothesis. Yes, Saoirse Murphy. Saoirse Murphy's goal is to something with something. Talk with Father Synod to learn about her child now that Miss Deane can't help. Okay, so Miss Deane was going to help her learn magic and get her child that way, but obviously now Miss Deane's not there, so she's looking for someone else to help. I know what happened here.
Miss Murphy is looking for a means to learn her child is okay. Miss Deane was teaching her magic to that end, but now that she is missing, Miss Murphy is turning to the priest for help. I should find and confront her about this.
I mean, that one seems a bit like, snooping on people that are potentially doing naughty things, planning to eat people's hearts or blackmailing others, whatever. That feels like, I am trying to help here. But her story seems just really sad, and we're gonna be sticking our nose in it, but I guess that's part of the game. So we've gotta do it, and maybe we can help her. Maybe we can do something to help, since we're learning magic as well, so we're gonna add our magical powers to the mix. Yes, this is the picture I think was removed, so I'm not sure if that's anything. This has been hidden away, as if somebody couldn't bear to look at it or be seen by it. Yes, and well, I guess she's feeling ashamed, right? It was all the thing where, she had a child, but she's a single mother, so at the time that was shameful, so she's like, oh yes, and God's judging me. Okay, so can we just... I could probably work out this code just from the symbols I have, because, you know, then there is only 5 possible combinations remaining, and I'm like, I would just do that. But if I do this and then later on I find the extra piece of paper, I'm gonna feel really bad. At the same time, if I don't do it, and then for some reason I can't get back in here, run out of time, whatever, I'm gonna feel even worse. A logbox with a sequence of strange patterns. I wonder what's inside. Yeah, well, I wonder too. So the code should be... And then some 5th symbol. That one wasn't, I guess, that one wasn't used at all, so would it be? And yes, it was. Okay, I feel less bad because it was like, well, you only have 1 symbol left that wasn't used. How about you try this, right? It wasn't some other pattern. The purse has ED monogrammed on it. There's quite a significant amount of money in here. Okay, so it's Evelyn Deane's purse. I was like, oh, you know, Mrs. Joyce couldn't hire us because she wouldn't have the money. But if she took Evelyn Deane's money, then she would have the money. What other secrets does this trunk hold? Yes, there is a newspaper. Or is this Dublin Express? That's where we're from. So she's learned about us from the newspaper. 8 observations.
A newspaper from back home. What is this doing all the way over here?
I guess that's the one of the newspapers that's been sent over.
It's dated the 5th of March, 1897.
Is that to do with the fire that took her brother? I mean, I was already like having some weird suspicion of like, is Declan Ward in some way magical? Is he being lured here to do with the seance? Because they were like talking about, you know, the 3 lines of Malician rulers and that Miss Deane is a descendant and then Donald O'Finn is the descendant. And I'm like, am I the 3rd descendant? Am I being lured here? But maybe she's just calling us here to be like, oh, you seem like someone that can help.
That's around the time of...
Yeah, Amon's death.
I recognize that building. That fire.
Because yeah, when we came here, he was also saying like, I wonder if the person that hired me knows about my history with Miss Deane's family. So if they read this paper, obviously they would know.
That's me.
Yep, it's
Why
us.
does Mrs. Joyce have this?
Well, she's snooping on us.
This is reporting on the Sheriff Street fire. My last job as station officer. The tenements were overcrowded and under-maintained. The landlord, one Rupert Deane, was living in London and willfully ignorant of their status. Once the fire took, it spread rapidly. Fire teams were deployed swiftly, but they could do little to fight back the flames. The fire was eventually stopped by the reliable Irish rain, but not before 23 lives were lost, including 2 firemen.
Yeah, so that's our issue with Miss Deane's family.
Officer Ward, whose brother Eamon was one of the lost men, retired soon thereafter and turned his attentions to investigating living spaces for safety conditions.
Interesting. So we're not even like detective. We're just like a safety investigator. And then someone sends us a letter being like, oh yeah, come investigate missing person. And we're like, sure. I mean, for the lot of money they send us, I guess anyone would be like, oh yeah.
He challenged many proprietors in the courts to improve conditions, including Rupert Deane, the owner of the initial tenement in which Eamon Ward died. After leading a number of investigations on this front, he has gained a reputation as a working man's champion.
So I guess that could have also been like Mrs. Joyce thinking, oh yes, let's hire a detective that cares about working people instead of
someone here
the rich.
is looking into me. But why? The missing money. Did someone on the staff hire me to find Miss Deane?
Well, that'd be myself, Mr. Ward.
Okay, we've been caught. But hopefully, since she hired us, she's okay with our snoopity snoops.
Mrs. Joyce?
I was starting to worry you wouldn't figure it out, Detective. Now come out of there, would you?
You're the one who hired me.
I'm glad my faith in you wasn't misplaced, sir. This wretched seance was bound to get someone hurt sooner or later. Without the means to look into what happened to the girl myself, there's not much I can do. But it's not right, sir, for no one to do anything at all. I can't do much myself, you know, but I can get the staff to help you.
That's weird, because obviously the main reason we've been able to solve anything at all so far has been snooping in rooms. And who would have better access to snoop in rooms other than the housekeeper, right? So it's like, you could have figured out all of those mysteries yourself. Like, none of it was particularly hidden. Like, there are a few codes, but you know, they're not that hard. I guess the main blocker for her is that she's the staff, and therefore people wouldn't speak to her maybe as easily as someone who's another guest. But yes, it feels like she could have done a lot of this investigating herself by snooping, but then we wouldn't have a job, and that would have been a sad thing for us. I was like, oh yeah, it would be an interesting game to play where you're a housekeeper snooping on people and their mysteries, but I realized there is already a game like that. It's called This Bed We Made, and if you haven't played it yet, but you're enjoying this kind of snoopy stuff, that is a nice one. It's a lot shorter than this. It's not as deep in terms of the mystery, but it's a fun little game where, yeah, you get to snoop on hotel's guests and solve a crime.
They're a bit strange in their own ways, but none of them would do a thing like this. Come with me, sir. We'll talk to them.
Okay, so now we're getting all the stuff to help us finally towards the end of the whole thing.
I knew he would find out. He's not just anybody, you know. They write about him in the papers.
Might have told us earlier you'd have someone poking around here.
Well, it's done now. And it's better that we have someone to look for the Deane girl. It's always been eerie around here. I don't like the idea of someone lost about the place.
Quite right. Which is why I have us Mr. Ward here. Someone at this event must be responsible for whatever's happened to Miss Deane.
It's interesting because last few episodes I was going through the whole, oh, it must be some of the staff. Surely they have access. They would have a way to know lots of things. But now they're seeming to throw it into, actually, they're all here to help. Obviously, one of them could be just going along with it to be like, yeah, it wasn't me either. But we'll see. But I guess maybe they will tell us more now.
So we'd all best be helpful to him.
And also, they couldn't have done this like before when I was trying to get into the basement, right? They were like, oh no, you snooping here, get out. Only after I've let myself into almost everywhere, they're like, and we're here to help.
Look, at the ball last night, another guest was taken. I gave chase through some catacombs, but I lost him in the hedge maze. Mr. O'Finn's kidnapper is likely the same person responsible for Miss Deane's disappearance. They must have a good knowledge of the house and its grounds. So who else other than yourselves would know the grounds that well?
There can't be many. Only the Marquess and the young master know the place.
Now I'm like, is Walter Blake some sort of evil mastermind, powerful wizard?
But the master likes to keep to himself.
Okay, well that made it sound super creepy.
We haven't seen him for a long time.
Uh-oh. Okay, them all saying that in unison as if it's a rehearsed message. Yep. Walter Blake is a powerful wizard that has everyone under his spell.
He doesn't leave his room. Not after the accident.
And there is nobody else.
Or there is someone else. Are they? No, they are not aware that they are speaking as one on this subject. Is Walter Blake even alive?
I see.
Fact of the matter is, sir, and I won't say anything much about it, as I don't want to speak ill of the Marquess or the Master. But you ought to go and take a look around the private residence, considering it all. It'd be where I'd start.
Yes, finally, as well. That one place I have not been yet able to get into by myself.
You won't be able to get in without the proper key, though. And the Marquess has the only copy.
Does he? I mean, the cook goes in there all the time.
He intends to hand it to me before the silent dinner so I can bring the young master his meal. Once I've done that, I'll pass it to you. Go to the silent dinner at 8 p.m. That's where I'll get it to you. You'll need to act fast to be done by the seance at 9.
Okay, so that will be quite the time pressure, right? Because if we go to dinner, typically a meal takes us about 20-something minutes to half an hour. And that means with the seance at night, we will only have about 30 minutes to do everything we want to do in the private residence. Find whatever it is, powerful wizard boy or just a cardboard cutout of him and actually some other person living there controlling the staff, and then be back for the seance.
Thank you, Mrs. Joyce. I will.
Okay, well, I guess, therefore, the main story is blocked until the silent dinner and that stuff. But, of course, that means before the silent dinner, so we have about 4 hours, we have to get everyone's mysteries done, yes? And then we only have the little time to wrap everything up. So we should really focus now to get everything done. Well, Saoirse is here, so we can get on with her situation.
Sir?
Let's confront her then. Your goal is to talk with Father Synod to learn about your child, now that Miss Deane can't help.
But how did you...
I'm just that good at snooping.
Oh, Lord. You know. You know about my little girl. You know I was learning magic so I could see her. Oh, Mrs. Joyce was right, wasn't she? Oh, when she found out, she...
Miss, it's all right. You're not in any trouble. Not at all. Miss Deane was teaching you, wasn't she?
I thought we were doing so well. And then she just left.
Well, she didn't leave, right? It wasn't her choice.
I can't do anything without her. With her gone, I thought Father Synod might know something about my daughter. Or he might know someone who does, but I can't ask. I've tried. I can't make myself do it. I can't say the words. What if he says no? I don't know what I'd do then. I just want to know she's all right.
If you'd like, I can ask him for you.
You would do that? You have no idea what that would mean to me.
I can certainly see about it, miss.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, sir. Here, in case this helps, a picture of my girl. Thank you. Please, don't lose it, sir. It's all I really have of her.
I won't. I promise.
I'm surprised she even managed to get a picture, considering, photography wasn't just something you could have get done back then. Yes, a photograph of her daughter. We can talk to the different people about it, obviously Father Synod, because we have to ask him. Weirdly enough, Miss Montevani, maybe like she can use her magic powers to see something about it. We can also now make the basement hypothesis, because we've searched all of the things. So let's have a think. Something strange has affected the staff, and they're now speaking in unison with ask about Blake family.
It seems like the staff are in some kind of half-trance. They seem compos mentis until interrogated by the Blake family, at which time they have a shared, almost catatonic stock response. What does this episode teach me?
Okay, so we have the Blakes are behind it all. Well, not necessarily, because obviously someone else could be residing in there and like basically obscuring their presence by mind controlling everyone. The staff must be innocent. I think so, yes. I think it means they're all under some sort of spell, right? That their minds are being selectively erased or clouded or controlled. So I think that's the answer. Because the Blakes are being framed, I mean, maybe. Because yes, if it's a third person, third presence, and it's neither Walter or the Marquess, then that's also a possibility. And I guess the staff are behind it is definitely not true.
Since the housekeeper hired me, that rules her out. Why bring in an investigator to stop your own scheme? Their speaking in unison means either all the staff are involved or none of them are. As if fake. They all had to be faking it. And so if she is ruled out, they all must be.
Yes, so I've learned that Mrs. Joyce hired me and that the staff are not involved in Miss Deane's disappearance. So it's none of them. We have found the secrets of the basements, and it's that something even weirder is going on in here. Which means, yes, all the staff are immediately out. So Doyle, Varley... Now I'm like, I'm gonna untick Walter Blake, because I eliminated at some point, like, oh, he's just a child. He wouldn't be carrying a druid out of a party, right? But of course, how wrong could I be? Yes, it's not Mr. Hunter, and it's not Saoirse. Okay, so we're basically now between Miss Mantovani, Walter Blake, and Mr. Coventry. I think it's all... oh, and Father Synod is still in as well. Jonathan Blake is still out because of the whole... So I put him out because of the grief situation, right? Where the bunny wouldn't latch onto the person. And as far as we know, he is grieving his wife severely. Unless it's a lie, but obviously we have nothing to imply that he's lying about it. Like we've read books that said the Marchioness was a real person. We've read newspaper articles about her death. So the only possibility there would be that he didn't actually like her all that much. But again, unless we find something that says that, I'm gonna leave him as not him. Well, while we're here, we can speak to Doyle some more and see, like, obviously him having some of Mrs. Deane's thing is now more explained, but maybe he has more to say.
Hello again, sir. Need something?
And obviously there's still his business with Father Synod that he claims he can't remember anything about it. Which, I mean, is definitely a possibility. Like, we're seeing more and more that, yes, someone here has the ability to erase their mind. So obviously, if whoever's doing it find out that he's here to snoop, it would act on him to stop that. Which means if they find out we're here snooping, they might try to erase our brain as well. Yes, so what do I have? Yes, the handkerchief of Miss Deane. Mr. Doyle, what was the nature of your relationship with Miss Deane? Why do I get the feeling I should answer you straight on this? We knocked boots a few times. Started with her getting me to steal some wine from the bar and bring to her restricted areas. It ended about when her ex-Cafal showed up. I guess she was embarrassed to be seen slamming in with the bellboy. She's been avoiding me since, no big deal. Stuff like this happens all the time. Okay, so he likes to entertain the guests. Maybe don't say that to Mr. Varley. He's right there. It's right behind you, like literally you can see him peeking behind your shoulder. Yes, the more interesting thing about you is your situation with Father Synod, but I'm not sure you can remember much of it. You've been researching Gnosticism. It's a fascinating subject. Please don't believe that Gnosis is all that can set us free. Only with that knowledge can we lift the lens of lies from our eyes and see what truly empty place this is. What the hell is that? I think I'm gonna be sick. Okay, so he's like double mind things happening, right? He's being overridden by something here, but also before that he was obviously in this Gnostic faith, and they were deep into trying to find the Ian and the way out of the Iron Bar prison. So yeah, your correspondence with Father Synod. Did you used to know Father Synod? Beyond this event, I mean. Did he tell you that? He's tried telling me the same thing, but I don't know. It feels familiar, but also means nothing to me. Like waking up and not being able to hold onto a dream, but still having the feeling of it, you know? So maybe I do, but it hurts to think on it too hard. So I don't. I do what I can not to. Harder to drown it out with him here, trying to talk to me. But you can drown anything with enough water. Okay, so he's aware that it's weird. Okay, we can discuss the Gnostic Bible with him as well, and then with some locked person. It feels like it would be Father Synod, but obviously, who knows? We haven't touched on the right bit of knowledge to know who it is. Do you know much about Gnosticism? The text is really cutting off. Gnosticism, I know that it's... No, I've lost it. I had something, but it's gone. Okay, too close to the next hour.
Yeah, all right.
Yes, the bar is open and we're in the next hour. And they've all left, so we can't continue to pester them. But well, we do have more to do, right? If we can find Victoria, we have a thing for her from Mrs. Deane. We don't know where Victoria is. I'll check her room to know if she's still there. Okay, so she's not in her room, so if I look roundabout, search the library where she likes to hang out, the bar, maybe the garden as well, I may be able to find her. Okay, Father Sinnott's here in the library, even though his timetable said he's in the catacombs? Oh no, I've misread that. Well, she's not here, but Father Sinnott's here, so we can ask him about Saoirse's business.
Yes, my child.
Yes, do you know of this random child that was taken from here? Father, I was wondering if I might ask something of you. I couldn't tell you without knowing what it is you'd ask of me. The cook, Miss Murphy, has a little girl who was taken into custody by a Magdalene laundry shortly after her birth. She is anxious for news of her. I said I would ask on her behalf. There is so much suffering in this life, is there not? Why is it that God allows a child to be taken from her mother? Is that bond not God's plan? Is it not sacred? What angels of the divine are we that we would do something so vile? Are we angels of the divine at all? What you ask is outside of my power of inputs, at least as you would ask it. I would end her suffering, all suffering, in my own way. But that is no use to her. Here, now, no, I'm sorry to say that she will not see that child again by conventional means, Mr. Ward. But we are surrounded by unconventional people, are we not? Maybe one of them has a way to see what we cannot normally see. Now go with God and help that poor girl. Yes. So yeah, Fia and Carmela Mantovani were the other people we can talk to. And yes, the Wells crying is involved, so yeah, he doesn't know anything.
I'll take my leave, Father.
Go
But
with
obviously,
God, my child.
there are other magical people here that could do something. Now, I'm hoping as we kind of get into the end of the day and therefore the end of the game in this case, they're gonna be a bit nicer about people being accessible to us, because it would be super mean if like after some time like this person is never available and you know it takes really long time to get into their mystery. Well, here there's literally no one but Mr. Doyle. No one's so desperate to be just standing at the bar at exactly 4 p.m. So let's look around somewhere else. Well, Victoria and Ivy are standing in the rain in the garden, so at least there's that.
So, if I might ask, do you ladies find yourselves at events like this often?
Quite often. I've attended more than my fair share. Mostly in London, but not always.
But an entire week, with the ultimate goal of some grand ritual. Nothing like this has ever been done before.
It seems more the venture of one of the secret societies than that of a seer.
That's true. I think that's why we found it so enticing.
Then you're not of a society yourselves?
No. I have a gift. And I enjoy the company of those who would believe it. And Victoria and her infinite patience is here at my behest.
It's not patience. After all, this has been a more interesting week than I would be having otherwise.
Yeah, it's not patience for sure. Hello, Mr. Suspicious Coventry. Now let's talk dirty business in front of everyone.
Hello. What brings you back?
I found your thing. You just wouldn't let me give it to you when you were in your room.
I've managed to gain access to the room in the catacombs, as you requested. I found this stashed away there.
Oh, my goodness. You actually did it? I'm very grateful, Mr. Ward. We must tell Ivy right away. Mr. Hunter, too. He's been very concerned about Ivy. I suppose I'll have to come clean to her, too. I hope she understands why I did what I did.
Yes, I was going to say. Solving the blackmail is one thing, but you're gonna have to get your relationship in order.
For all that trouble. I suppose you really did not imagine we'd ever just get our hands on everything to be able to just burn it away. But that's all of it, isn't it? There's nothing else.
That's everything.
Oh, I could cry.
No need for that now, lass. You're all right. Oh, but you do like to make me worry, don't you?
I I'm just making sure you haven't lost your touch. Oh, but Darragh, I'm sorry.
Sorry? You haven't a thing to be sorry about. But let's keep you two out of any more trouble, eh? Well, while that sight of yours is coming back, love, both of you keep these with you. They'll keep you safe during that seance. I have a bad feeling about that one.
So he's made them some charms, but then if he can make charms that will protect you from the seance, then can we just like hand them out to everyone?
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. You're very good to us.
And there's not much I wouldn't do for Ivy, Mrs. Lau. And now she's a grown woman. I trust her to know what's best for her. So you'd best not prove her wrong in that. You understand?
Darragh!
Of course, Mr. Hunter. And Mr. Ward, too. You really do both have my thanks. One day, I hope to repay you.
Well, there we go. They're happy. So anyone was rooting for them to be able to get through this and be happy together. There we go. It's all good.
Oh, certainly. If there's anything you ever need.
But, Ivy, I do have to talk to you. I need to apologize. You should know everything.
Okay, so they still haven't had that conversation, but hopefully they will be fine. I mean, also very convenient that the person with the second sight, through a completely different situation, has been relieved of her second sight, and therefore she can't help us in divining like what's going on here.
I'd better get back to my duties. I'll leave you be.
Yes, I think myself and Victoria have a lot to discuss now. Thank you both for your help.
Mystery solved. Miss McLeod will attend the seance, but under the protection of Mr. Hunter's ward. Having dispensed of the blackmail material gathered by Miss Deane, she is now free to live in peace with Mrs. Lau. And Mrs. Lau will attend and protected by the ward. Having destroyed the blackmail materials, Mrs. Lau is now able to focus on her relationship with Miss McLeod. Mr. Hunter will attend the seance, but under the protection of a charm he made. Mr. Hunter has done all he can to protect Miss McLeod from the whims of Miss Deane. Okay, so their mystery comes in a set of 3. And therefore, we're almost there. We're almost there, solving all of the extra mysteries of people. Yes, so we only have 6 of them remaining. So we will be getting into those next time. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about this whole mind control of the staff. You know, is the Marquess doing it? Is he under the spell? Is Walter Blake the evil mastermind, or is this some third person entirely? Has the god given to have everyone under his spell here, and he's the main culprit? Though we can't pick that from the culprit board, so that again is kind of twisting it into it has to be one of the people there, right? I can't just say there's a third person controlling them all, but it might be like I have to pick who the puppet is. Maybe. Of course, if you actually know the answer, please don't let me know. It's just for people who are following along and want to make their own guesses. And if you enjoy the content, consider liking or subscribing. Thank you to channel members for supporting the channel, and I will see you soon on another adventure.